something that always strikes me is the type of jobs people go for and why they go for them. So in a lot of my roles, I've had to try and find out what transferable skills are and then move someone to an organisation maybe that will be best for them. So why do you want to work for a company? Who do you want to work for? And what jobs do you want to do? I think these are really, really important questions in you finding a job, sustaining a job, and being happy in your job. So, for instance, the first thing I always say to someone that wants to work in care is, can you wipe somebody's bum? And 90% of the people will say, yeah, that's fine, not a problem. But 10% of the people will say, what do you mean, can I wipe somebody's bum? I'm not sure about that. And I say, well, why have you gone for this type of care job? And they say, well, a lot of the times they say, I've been pushed for it, I've been told to go down this route. And I say to them, well, okay, you want to work in care. You should obviously have some sort of desire to help people. You must be empathetic in some way. But where do you want to work in care? Could you work with somebody with brain injuries? What about mental health problems? What about debt? And I show them the possibilities of support and care so that people don't just feel as though they are just pushed into a job they don't actually care about. You could have excellent skills, you could be really, really sporty and think, what I could really, really do with having sport as part of my job. So then I'd say to them, well, why don't you try and look for some sort of organisation that works with either kids in sport or maintaining someone's physical health or maintaining physical health programs within hospitals or coaching local sports clubs or anything like that, because that might give them an insight and they might meet somebody that then say, oh, there is this job going here and maybe we could use your services. So it's important that you put yourself out there, and putting yourself out there is important in terms of speculative letters. Now, a lot of organisations send speculative letters and they're fantastic. However, the one thing they don't do is they don't separate you from everybody else. If you go to a private organisation, they send out 60 letters on your behalf in a month. Well, they've probably sent out 60 letters for somebody else on their behalf. How different is your covering letter and your CV to theirs? Do you even want to work for these organisations? Sometimes it's important for you off your own back to phone up a company you want to work for. Maybe you've got an interest in, I'll just take one very simple example. It is very simple. If you love football, say for instance, now in Birmingham we have a few clubs, but I doubt many people will actually write to a club and say, this is what I do. Do you have any roles that I could maybe work in this and this and this? Could I find some hours here, some hours there? You taking that step towards them and making that effort will make them believe, actually, this person wants to work for us. They want to work with us, they want to help us in the future, and we'll probably get somebody quite good in. Now, employers love having employees that they can trust. What better than somebody that makes that step and makes that effort? Now, very recently I've been writing to a lot of organisations, everybody has job ambitions, and I want to write to organisations so that I can stay in contact in case any roles come up or in case they can give me any advice. And actually that advice can be imperatively really, really important. Say for instance you've cared for somebody for 2 years, worked in a care job for 2 years, and you think, well, I can't really progress, all I can do is care work. Well, actually some universities, some colleges might say, well, we'll take that 2 years and put it as a credit towards a course. So a course that might take you 3 years might only take you 1 year. Now, unless you make the effort to contact these organisations, contact these employers, have a chat to people, make some links, it's going to be difficult for you to find out if there are any jobs. Phoning up, companies speculatively, offhand, and sending out these letters are really good ways, but so is stepping into their office, knocking on the door, handing your CV personally, showing them who you are, your smartest clothes, and trying to look presentable, so that they then think this person wants to come and work for us. Terms it in the way, if you were an employer, would you want somebody to work for you who you selected, or would it be nice for you to have somebody who made that effort, who wanted to be part of your organisation? So when you're putting an application form together, think about what you want if you were that employer. If you were that person, what do you want? And then go for any company you want. If you've got the skills, tell them why you've got the skills. And I'm sure in a lot of cases they'll respond. And even if they don't give up hope. They might receive a lot of these letters. Just write to them again. Persistence is as important as the contacts in the first place.